Hello there, Daniel here. This is a battle from months and months ago while I had WEP Wi-Fi internet. And considering I don't have that at all, unfortunately there'll be no more fresh ones for a while. There are a few old ones to go through, so don't worry, you won't be too bored looking at my channel. Anyway, this is a guy that I talk to quite frequently on Skype, and I ended up having two battles on the Little Cup department, one with him and one with his sister. This is the one with him first, and at the start of the game it looks like I'm in all types of problems because he's got this dwebble that's shell smashing on me, and I chose to go for stealth rock the first turn, meaning he's now got triple special attack and attack and speed. Obviously the special attack is quite meaningless on a dwebble, but that means anything he's going to hit me with is going to cause me a mountain of issues. My earthquake knocks him down to sturdy, but due to the Oran Berry always healing 10 HP in Little Cup, that restores roughly half its health, which means my one priority move on this team, that is BJ's fake out, is not going to kill it, which means I'm going to have to sacrifice something else to make sure I can come back in again to use another fake out to take it out. The B and the J there does not stand for blowjob, crude-minded people of the internet, so everybody that's on the internet. It actually stands for Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey flavour of ice cream, so your minds are even more perverse than mine are, well, mine is even, and that says a lot. Anyway, the second fake out takes it out, thank bloody God, otherwise this could have been a hilariously embarrassing 0-6 sweep. So Abra comes out, and I'm pretty certain it's going to have hidden power fighting, because what psychic type doesn't have either that or focus blast, and correctly so he uses it against this Tentaboo, which is a mixture between a ghost and a tentacle monster, you know, hence the name, and hidden power fighting obviously does nothing to that. And I decided to use Scald because I didn't want to give away immediately that I am running Hex, because I have Toxic Spikes on this team, albeit you don't see it in this battle. There we go. There is Hex. I just used that in case he switched to a Pokemon that resisted water, like Staryu. And Voltorb comes out, but I'd rather use Tentaboo as death fodder at another time, so I decided to switch out, thinking he'll probably use Thunderbolt for, the guaranteed kill. Unfortunately, this does not happen. He uses Signal Beam, and then I'm in all types of problems. And I decided to end up foddering the Cabbage Patch crap, because I can't find a good enough use for it elsewhere in the game. Because even if Staryu did come out, its Ice Beam is going to kill me in one hit. So Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey comes back out again, because I'm thinking fake out and a U-turn will kill it. Unfortunately it blows up before I get the opportunity to do the latter. And look, I'm thinking that anything that Voltorb could get at me I could probably survive at least one of, and Explosion is no exception, so I end up surviving that, and the Oran Berry puts me back to a reasonable amount of HP. And this Darumaka turns up, and I am pretty certain this is going to be Choice Scarf, especially when it outspeeds me. And rather than run the risk of it running into Flare Blitz and just mowing down my switch in, now it's time to bring Tentaboo in. Now I know that it's locked into a fighting type move, so that I can use Recover with absolutely no threat of failing. And this is where the battle gets slightly stally, not massively stally, but it just takes a bit longer than the rest. Bronzor, as you know, is fantastic defensively, but has no attack prowess whatsoever. And this set that I am running for my Jellicent is not particularly outrageously attacking either. Unfortunately that Bronzor has Toxic, which means I'm going to not be able to last very long, but I put the burn on the Bronzor to make sure that Hex will do double damage, and that makes it more effective to use than Scald. That and the burn doing 1/8 every turn, or rounded down, so probably a bit less than 1/8 in Little Cup. It gave me a bit of an advantage in this regard. But I don't really want to lose my Tentaboo, so I was thinking, at which point do I switch out? And because there's a fourth move not accounted for, I didn't want to switch out until now, at which point my prediction couldn't have been any worse. And now he chooses to use Earthquake, and to compound this problem he gets a critical hit, which obviously negates the effect of Burn. So that caused all matters of issues, but somehow I don't die. So I suppose that was pretty cool, and it gives me the chance to use Flame Charge to get my speed up to +1, meaning that Darumaka should be slower than me. But I'd forgotten that Staryu was still here, and I get my bit of haxy luck in return by making Dark Pulse flinch, and I get away with that quite handily. And 2 Dark Pulses are going to take the Staryu out. And the Darumaka, I'm pretty certain, will go down to 1 Dark Pulse at its level of health, And this turns out to be completely true, thank God. And the battle was done like that, and I was quite happy with that, and it was great fun. I enjoyed playing it. And then he said, my sister's quite new into this sort of thing. She'd quite like to play, so I think, yeah, I'm a nice guy, I'll battle you, not too seriously, I'm thinking in my mind. Oh, this shouldn't be too difficult, she doesn't really know what she's doing. And without spoiling too much, I get to look a little bit stupid, frankly. I start with the monkey because I like to mix things up. I don't like to start with the same Pokemon twice in a row, especially now with Team Preview, everyone can see what everybody else has. Now I just think I'm trying to get a layer of toxic spikes up, and I was honestly thinking that the earthquake really isn't going to do that much. I mean, a critical hit didn't even kill Houndour, but the fact it did literally 50% to the trubbish really caused me a bit of an embarrassment. But now we get the awkward moment where I'm getting beaten up by a bronzor with no attack power. But at least I get one layer of toxic spikes up, meaning everything that comes in will get poisoned, so that's not too bad. I actually try and heal some health with Drain Punch because I have Curse, and Drain Punch is a weird set, but there's not a lot you can really do with Trubbish. It's very limited in what it can do. But I decided to switch out just in case I need it for later. And the Cabbage comes in and gets a special defense drop when it gets hit by a flash cannon, which is less than ideal, because now I get stuck in two minds about whether I should switch or not when Voltorb comes in, because I was thinking, if I was +1 special defense, I'm definitely going to be able to survive a Signal Beam. When I'm stuck like this, I don't think I really can, but I decided to stay in anyway just in case. She actually goes for Thunderbolt, predicting I would switch out, but it crits and it kills me anyway. So my good intentions were made to look a little bit foolish there. But just like in the last battle, I have to send in aipom against Voltorb, and once again I use Fake Out in the first turn, as you would expect. And now I'm thinking, will they explode like last time perhaps? I'll U-turn out just in case. No, the Voltorb switched into Darumaka, which I'm perfectly fine with, within reason. Darumaka is a type of Pokemon that if you're facing it, you don't fanny about, you just kill it as quickly as you can. So I bring out my Tentaboo, just to make sure I can kill it in one hit with either Hex or Scald. With the amount of poison damage it's taken, either will definitely kill it. Flare Blitz, even though it is resisted, still does quite a lot of damage because Darumaka has a ridiculously high attack stat combined with Hustle. Notice how nothing missed. Not at all angry about that. But now Abra comes out and I really can't do a whole lot to it in terms of switching out to find something more handy. So I just stay in and thinking that I'll probably survive whatever she throws at me. I use Hex. It's it's focus sashed obviously, which means I'm going to end up dying and it's going to stay there and mock me, but I'm not too bothered because I still have the priority move in the form of Fake Out, and rather than over predict and get it wrong and get hit by hidden power and die, I just decide to go with it and take the KO. But the problem is that I am still well aware that there is Staryu there, and because Cabbage got wiped, I really don't have a lot to deal with it. So I have to stay in with my aipom to make sure Bronzor goes down, because otherwise it will warn me to Kingdom Come. And being Stealth Rocked at this point in time isn't too much a disaster. But unfortunately I can only keep hitting this with Shadow Claw and eventually it goes down. And the Voltorb comes in, but now obviously I can't use Fake Out, which means it's going to attack me and probably kill me with Thunderbolt, which it ends up doing. But luckily for me, the Life Orb combined with Poison means it's a double KO. And it's just a shame now that I don't have enough firepower left to take a Staryu out, so I just run with it, take a guess, go with Houndour and just try and blow as much up as I can with it. I need to make sure dwebble at least gets hit down to sturdy, so that it can't use its Aura to go back up to full HP again, because that would be nothing but a complete and utter disaster. Luckily this happens because Fire Blast doesn't miss, and Earthquake obviously isn't going to miss, so I get absolutely devastated. And Spooky doesn't get to do jack in this battle. Never mind. So now I'm stuck with Monty the Mole, and Monty the Mole definitely can't do anything to Staryu. So I'm just going to take dwebble out as quickly as physically possible, so that I can take a punt and hope that a Hydro Pump will miss. And I can confirm that Hydro Pump does not miss whatsoever. It hits it straight in the face and gets blown back to Kingdom Come. And I only have one Pokemon left now, it barely has any HP, so you can pick any moves you wanted and kill me. And that would be the battle, but She decides to use a hydro pump anyway. It kills me. I get a little bit embarrassed. But good game, I had a great load of fun. 2 competitive battles, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Hope you did too. See ya!
If you enjoyed the video you've just seen, please join my Facebook group and follow me on Twitter for the latest news.